Hey guys, sorry this took so long. I haven't been doing good lately. One night, I was working on a project of mine, and I went outside to get some fresh air, and the inspiration really hit me over the head, or it hit my car, rather, and there was one big black linear mark on the back left hind quarter of my car, and I noticed this, and I see, well, there's no car in the space next to me. What happened? And I look on the sidewalk nearby, next to the opening to my apartment, and there's like 3 or 4 bird scooters just chilling out, laid over in the grass by the sidewalk. And I think, oh, of course. See, I've got a fucking bone to pick with all these rideshare services. They've been a thorn in my side for a very long time, and I know that I'm not the only one. I live in a moderately sized city, and near one of the largest thoroughfares of shops and commerce, and like there's an Apple store nearby type places here in the whole state. So it gets busy during the days, and at night the bar scene lights up. A lot of people walking around day and night. So I put 2 and 2 together, and I think, wow, some drunk neighbor of mine must have gotten home late-ish tonight and had rode home on one of these scooters and must have just fumbled directly into the side of my car. And like, no one was around, but I don't make a lot of money, and I don't think the people in my apartment complex do either, so I'm not gonna hound someone for a black mark that didn't even leave a dent. But if you want to support, you can follow me on Patreon and get your name at the end of the video, and a drawing drawn of you. But anyways, I think the general public is also pretty fed up with these dumbass scooters, right? I moved to this city in like, what, 2018, and my dad and I saw them, and immediately we were enamored. We were like, oh wow, these are really cool and convenient. We can get to places really fast. And you hop on one of these things, you accept the terms and conditions that you don't read. I think some of them make you submit a picture of your driver's license. I didn't have to do that. On average now, they cost $1 to start and 15 cents for every minute after that. So what, let's say you need to get to one end of your local farmer's market to the other. You sign up, you pay $1, takes you 5 minutes to get across. You've paid $2 or so bucks. Who cares? But anyways, the price isn't too terribly bad, right? The price is not the issue here. The issue here is that there's a million of them. And if you've seen them, you know what I'm talking about. You're walking down the street, you turn a corner, and there's like 4 or 5 of these big metal eyesores just laid over on top of each other on the corner. So not only do they get in the way when you're navigating the city, but the people that are on them are arguably way worse. So legally, like by their terms of service and by the laws of your state, you are 9 times out of 10 required to only use these on the road, on the asphalt, with the cars, with the big metal boxes. And first of all, that's scary as fuck, right? Like, you have, it's worse than like going down no, it's not. It's like a weirder version of like going down the highway on a motorcycle, because there's a car in front of you, there's a car behind you, but the only thing that you have is, you know, your disgusting flesh prison that you're trapped inside of. So a lot of people notice this, so they say, well, I don't want to fucking do that. I'm gonna go on the sidewalk. So instead you have adults and children careening down the sidewalks, making people jump out of the way like you're playing Grand Theft Auto, and you've just taken a car into like a civilian area. I've never played Grand Theft Auto. But don't worry, it gets worse. Remember that nightlife that I mentioned? If you ever want to go out and get like a late night meal, and you don't want to have to dodge for your life, think again, dumbass. So what I'm saying here, I'm trying to illustrate that, like all forms of terms of service, no one pays attention. No one has any form of responsibility when using these things, and the company that throws them out is not like liable for anything. I know that the 2 big ones are like what, lime and bird. Oh, like bird lime. That's kind of fucked up, actually. But it doesn't stop there. It gets arguably worse. So once a lot of people are done spending like $20 to ride around and wish to discard their scooters, what a lot of people have been doing, especially in my city, is throwing them in the middle of the street, throwing them into dumpsters, stealing them, breaking them so that their batteries leak, or throwing them into the river. And let it be known, I am all for destroying these things, just getting rid of them, but you know, not at the cost of like the little wildlife that I live around. Here, let's read some articles about this. Let's see how the public feels about this. CNBC, April 28th of current year. Why cities continue to have a love-hate affair with e-scooters. Rideshare e-scooters are parked on the sidewalks of major cities across the world, but some cities like New Orleans and Las Vegas have strict e-scooter bans. Paris has voted to ban e-scooters. Others like San Francisco have made it challenging for e-scooter rideshare companies to operate, which led Bird, one of the largest companies in the industry, to leave the city. In a 2-month span last summer, there were more than 12,000 citations for improperly parked scooters, leading Bird to pay almost $400,000 in fines. Bird CEO states that we operate in almost 400 cities, and they had the highest fine rate of any city in the world that we operate in. Other cities like Washington, D.C. see the e-scooter rideshare option as a valuable addition to their transportation of infrastructure. I'm sorry, but if you're regularly engaging with these scooters on like a day-to-day to get to work, I implore you to invest in a regular bicycle. Like, I know that a good bike is like a couple $100s, but the amount of money that you must be spending to go to and from work every day cannot be worth it in the end. Companies like Bird, Lime, and Spin have struggled to achieve profitability, although Lime did announce that it was able to achieve a profitability on an unadjusted basis in 2022. Oh, so they have to cheat now. The companies have also been plagued with controversy and injuries. See, this is exactly what I'm saying. The CDC has found that head injuries have topped the list of accident-related incidents involving e-scooters at 45%. If you make these, how do you not feel something about this? If you're one of those motherfuckers in those trucks that are leaving these out, do you not feel any form of guilt of like the harm that you're causing the city? Fast Company 2019. City residents hate e-scooters so much they're throwing them into rivers. I have seen this happen. While hopping on an electric scooter to get from point A to point B is a popular mode of transport in many cities around the country, there also appears to be an increasingly aggressive backlash growing against e-scooters from the likes of Lime, Bird, Uber, and Lyft. While some have called it a scooter war and others scooter rage, the motive is all the same. Some residents of the cities in which scooters operate are so sick of the vehicles taking up sidewalk space or piling up in parks that they are returning the scooters to the bottoms of rivers to express their displeasure with them. And attached there are... Oh my god. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 scooters in this picture, and I can only imagine that they pull out more every day. Like, the people hate these. They're not good for cities. In concept, they're better for infrastructure, getting things around, but there's like 100 of them on like the most busy street, and no one uses them because locals know that they're a scam. The vast majority of people that I've seen use these are tourists from out of town that have never seen them before. It's almost always like a dad or a kid getting on them and then either using them for 5 minutes after getting bored or like falling and scraping their knee. Government Technology 2019 opinion piece. E-scooter bans show cities are hesitant to embrace innovation. How little they must know. One reason e-scooters have gained so many converts is because they are so easy to ride, but while motorized electric scooters have existed as a product for a few years, the costs and practicalities of owning one did not make sense for most people. To address these hurdles, a flood of startups has begun, blah, 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 blah. Scooters offer many benefits for city dwellers. On foot, pedestrians have a limited range. More people are not willing to walk further than a quarter mile because of various factors, including health, climate, and available time. But while scooters, a person's range increases substantially. Unfortunately, while some have given this new mobility option an enthusiastic reception, others have bemoaned incidents of scooters blocking sidewalks, breaking traffic ordinances, and causing accidents. Oh no, why are people so mad that people are getting turned into ground beef when I hit them riding a scooter with my Ford F-150? and still others have started enacting a hodgepodge of regulations that put these vehicles at a relative disadvantage, such as allowing 16-year-olds to drive cars, but not scooters. Can you really not drive one of these scooters if you're not like 18? That is so funny. Reddit post from r/Austin. Anyone else fucking hate the scooters that litter the sidewalks? I hate every single scooter that some asshole leaves in my way. Like, park it off to the side somewhere, not in the middle of the damn sidewalk. I'm new to the area and was in the city to watch some fireworks on the 4th, and those things are a nuisance. If you leave a scooter in a shitty place, I hope your day is mildly inconvenienced. There are millions of people like this. These things fucking suck. They actively make living in a city way worse, and we already know it fucking sucks. Like I said, I don't have any like climate change activist methods to get rid of these aside from literally dismantling them on the sides of roads. So if there are any, please educate people. Sound off down in the comments below, because I want these gone. I don't want to see them anymore. And I really do want to emphasize that these things are litter. These things are garbage that need to be taken care of. They get left outside every night by the truckload. They make using the sidewalk a hassle. The companies that make these struggle to even go positive at all, and they quite literally do more harm than good. Like, I don't know, man. I see them every day, and when I walked home today, I saw one propped up against the door to my apartment, and they make me so mad, man. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, feel free to follow me on Patreon, where you can get your name at the end of every video, or read out, or a little drawing with your name next to it, like all these people here. I stream everything that I make on Twitch, so feel free to follow me there. I have a Twitter and a Blue Sky. Thank you for like a couple hundred views on the last video. I know that's not a lot at all, but knowing that people see these, it really brightens up my day. I like making these just to get my random thoughts out. And share this around, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.